All right, Shalom Akim. This your brother Karab from GMS Miami. First and foremost, want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Raha Kodash, which is to say the name of the Heavenly Father, in the name of His Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit, in the ancient Hebrew. Got to give double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who rule well, the top Bible teachers on the planet Earth today. And I want to give a hearty shalom and much love to the sincere brothers throughout the four corners of the earth that push the unadulterated truth of the Bible and risk their lives doing so in efforts of waking up the hopefully elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom to you as well. Okay, and this video is probably my basically my second attempt at proving why we call Esau, or the so-called white man, the devil. Okay, and in this one I want to attack the ailment of PTSD, or post-traumatic stress disorder. Okay, and as it relates to soldiers. Okay, but not only does it affect soldiers, but it affects children, rape victims, you know, just anybody who's basically exposed to a high level of trauma. Okay, and that's pretty common in Jake neighborhoods, or Jake culture, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Especially South and Central America, even in North America. Okay, why? Because the people that are ruling are violent men. Okay, so the land pretty much takes the characteristics of its rulers, and that's what you see. Okay, but that's another reason why you're the devil. Why? Because you claim to be a God-fearing people, okay? Yet you promote death and violence, okay? And we're not talking about the average six-pack Joe Edomites or so-called white people. We're talking about the higher-ups, okay? And that's how we attacking this thing, okay? We're not really dealing with the people who have no power, okay, who don't control anything, which are the constituents or the general populace of you Edomites. We're speaking about that 1% that are actually moving the chess pieces on the chessboard, okay, which is all due all according to design by Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, okay, through the spiritual demon Satan, okay. The so-called white man is his physical counterpart, and that's another reason why you're the devil, okay. The scriptures say so. But yeah, so through the spirit, I just want to attack another aspect of why the so-called white man is the devil, okay? Because you had this guy, Abe Finkelstein, pretty much admit or expose the fact or the reasons why they go to war, okay? And the main reason they go to war is to, basically trim the herd, like he said. And trimming the herd means in cutting down the population, okay? And you'll even hear scumbags like Bill Gates mention eugenics or population control, and then you have the Georgia Guidestones, okay? Which is just absolutely wicked, man. And, enough is enough. Enough is enough. The Most High is fed up with you devils, okay? Like it says in the book of Job, you have an appointed time, and you cannot exceed that time, not even by a second, okay? And that's what this devil doesn't understand, that the Most High is in control. And you're going to have to pay for all of the things that you've done, okay? But right now we're in the process of just exposing all the wickedness you've done, okay? Not even all, because we don't know all, okay? The Most High is all knowing, okay? But the things that we come across, we're going to expose you on, man, okay? Why? Because you're beginning a smear campaign to come at the Israelites, okay? So hey, you're performing a smear campaign, and we're performing a truth campaign, okay? And guess what? In the end, the truth always prevails, okay? So let's get a little info on PTSD. It says post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, which is the acronym. It says PTSD is a mental disorder that can develop after a person is exposed to a traumatic event such as a sexual assault, warfare, traffic collisions, or other threats on a person's life. Okay. And, speaking of myself, man, I wouldn't say I'm I wouldn't per se say that I have PTSD from a real bad car accident I was in. You know, the Wadi Haba Shimi Shai just got nicked up on the knee or whatever. But that still weighs on me, man. I'm cautious, you know, where I try to be a little more cautious than the average person when it comes to driving. You know, even in my teenage years, I didn't drive fast, or and that always weighed on me. So in a sense, you could say that I have PTSD from that car accident. Okay, and guess whose invention? Okay, cars are. Okay, the so-called white man. Of course, everything is inspired by the Heavenly Father. Okay, but this is His kingdom, and He was given the reins. Okay, and that's what He created. Instruments of death, and that's all cars are. They're instruments of death. Okay, one mistake and you can lose your life. Okay, and this is created by who? The so-called white man. Another reason why we call you the devil. Okay, let's see. It says symptoms may include disturbing thoughts, feelings, or dreams related to the event's mental or physical distress, to trauma-related cues, attempts to avoid trauma-related cues, alterations in how a person thinks and feels, and an increase in the fight or flight response. These symptoms last for more than a month after the event. Young children are less likely to show distress, but instead may express the memories through play. A person with PTSD is at a higher risk for suicide and intentional self-harm. Okay, so really, when you look at it through the spirit, okay, a lot of these soldiers that are going over there to war, okay, which is propagated, which is basically for the elite or the 1%. Okay, pretty much to just cover everybody's land. Okay, which is actually their blessing. Okay. But the manner that they do it in is just absolutely wicked, okay? Here it is, the Most High is giving them the sword, and the sword is meant for battle, okay? And when you go throughout history, other kingdoms conquered other kingdoms by the sword, okay? But you didn't have to castrate men, okay? You didn't have to make hundreds of treaties with the Native Americans and Seminole Indians and break every last one of them. You didn't have to do that, okay? Just showing the demeanor that you have, which makes you the devil, man. The deceiver. The word devil simply means deceiver, okay, which you are, okay? And that's pretty much, one of the main effects of having PTSD, okay? Suicide, man, okay? And the suicide rate amongst veterans is staggering, man, okay? Why? Because you had these simulated wars, okay, that this Albert Pike, this devil, okay, brought out basically prophesying of all 3 world wars, okay, and not prophesying. Why? Because they were planned, okay, first and foremost by the Heavenly Father there in Revelations, but He put the spirit on you devils, okay, to actually bring that to fruition, okay, and all 3 of those wars went exactly according to what Albert Pike said years before they even took place. Okay? Another reason why we call you the devil. Okay? Now let's look at some numbers on this. Okay, let's say in the earlier sample, the estimated prevalence of lifetime PTSD was 7.8% in the general population. Women 10.4% were more than twice as likely as men, 5% to have PTSD at some point in their lives. Okay. And that, like I said, it doesn't just affect war veterans. Okay. And it's just a hub of what's going on here in America, man, and abroad the world. Okay. And I'm pretty sure the PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder abroad in these other nations where the Most High is raping, robbing, and pillaging. I'm sure it's high. It has to be higher in Syria. Okay. Places where you can walk out the door and a drone drops bombs on you, okay? All the works of who? The so-called white man, the devil, okay? Let's see what percentage. Okay, let's look at, okay. An estimated 7% of adults in the United States have experienced a traumatic event. See, 70% of adults in the United States experience a traumatic event at least once in their lives, and up to 20% of these people go on to develop post-traumatic distress disorder, or PTSD. An estimated 5% of Americans, more than 13 million people, have PTSD at any given time. Okay, why? Because the devil is ruling. Okay, he's a violent man. That's his MO. Okay, violence. Okay, and these devils, they push, these soldiers, these men that graduate from high school for the most part. Guys who graduate from high school and have no intentions on going to college or whatever, and then looking for an easy way out. Okay, and then they're giving these promises and benefits. Okay. Just to do what? To send them off to war, to be human sacrifices, to trim down the herd, and then to appease their agenda, which is to own everything, okay, which they do, okay? It's just a few small places that they're fighting for right now, but for the most part, that's what they do. They recruit young men, program them, okay, turn them into GIs, government issue or goddamn idiots, okay, and send them off to war. Okay, and then kill about 3-4 birds in one stone. War is extremely lucrative. Okay, these devils don't care nothing about these soldiers coming back and being bugged the hell out of their mind. Can't sleep, pulling pistols on their wives. They could care less. Okay, and I've spoken with 2 veterans. Okay, that are in the truth. Okay, beautiful brothers, and both of them said if it hadn't been for this truth, they would have been diagnosed with PTSD. Well, they have been diagnosed with PTSD, okay? But the truth has freed them, and you would never tell. You would never notice that they have PTSD, okay? Both of them actually receive benefits from the government for being diagnosed with PTSD, okay? And they both acknowledge that they rarely feel the effects from it, okay? Call Halal La Yahaba Shimi Al Shai, okay? Let's get some more numbers. Let's see, what percentage of PTSD patients are veterans? The U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs estimated that PTSD afflicts almost 31% of Vietnam veterans, as many as 10% of Gulf War Desert Storm veterans, and 11% of veterans of the war in Afghanistan. You see, and of course, Esau's numbers are always fragmented. Okay, let's see how many soldiers are diagnosed with PTSD. It says just how prevalent is PTSD in the military, operations, Iraqi freedom, and enduring freedom. Between 11 and 20% of veterans, Vietnam War. Studies suggest about 15% of veterans, yet it is estimated that about 30% have PTSD in their lifetime, okay? And that goes back to April 20th, 2018, okay? So you're ruining people's lives, man. Why? For a measly dollar, okay? And you're the devil, man. You actually make that make it out of a sport, man. Destroying whole families, guys coming back with no legs, okay? And ultimately, that's the judgment of the Most High, okay? Not giving them a pass, okay? But who's creating that lane for that to happen, okay? Who's doing this, okay? The rulers of the world, which are the Edomites, you so-called white people, okay? Yeah, we could go. Let's see. Let's look up suicide rate amongst veterans. Okay, some sources suggest that this rate may be undercounting. See, this rate may be undercounting suicides. A recent analyst found a suicide rate among veterans of about 30 per 100,000 population per year, compared with the civilian rate of 14 per 100,000. However, the comparison was not adjusted for age or sex, okay? So it's showing, man, okay, you causing people to bug out and blow their brains out or whatever way they're choosing to die, man, okay? Yeah, it's just the proof is in the pudding, man. And that's all we're gonna do. We're just gonna keep exposing you and keep exposing you until you roll on us, and then the Most High set up a standard. Okay, this is Micah 2:1. It says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds, even the morning, even." Salakia, when the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hands. Exactly. Okay, like Albert Pike, basically so-called prophesied of the three world wars before they even actually took place, and they took place according to exactly what he said, and the reasons for war took place. Okay, the Most High is not dealing with Albert Pike. He's not a prophet. Okay, the scriptures say none of the wicked shall understand, and he is of the wicked. Okay, pretty much the founder of the Freemasons. Okay, even at least in the modern age. Okay. And like they say, let me read that again. It says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity." Okay, and that was iniquity. They devised. There was a mass amount of deaths, man, in those three world wars. And not just those three world wars. Vietnam, the Korean War. What else? Korean War. Okay, we said Vietnam. Pretty much all the wars that taken place from World War I to World War III. Okay, there were massive amount of casualties. Okay, and then, like I said, this devil Abe Finkelstein, this Jewish rat bastard. Okay, basically exposed it. Yeah, we send him over there and trim down the herd, and it's very lucrative. We make money off of it. Okay, proof is in the pudding, man. And he's an insider. Okay, verse 2, it says, "And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage," which is absolutely diabolical. Okay, going back to that word diablos. Okay, devil, deceiver. Okay, and hey, the Most High didn't miss one characteristic of you devils, man. It's all here in the scriptures. Okay, well, say this. Well, say you're facetious and you saying this is not talking about the so-called white man. Okay, well, this is what the scriptures say. It says, "Woe," meaning death and destruction, "to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it. Is because it is in the power of their hands." Okay, so whoever has the power to devise iniquity upon their beds and practice it, okay, the Most High says, "Woe unto them." Okay. And if you do a process of elimination, the only people that have power to do that, the so-called white man. Okay. And you're going to pay. You're going to pay. Okay. And this is how, look, that's how you move, which is you slander. Okay. You smear. And then you cause the people to join your side, and then you attack. You seek and destroy. Okay. Well, guess what? You get that attribute from the Heavenly Father. Okay. So, because we're doing the same thing, but the difference is we're bringing out the truth. Okay. We're gonna expose you for who you are. Okay. You're gonna get butthurt about it. You're gonna roll on the prophets, that the Most High is gonna react. Okay. And that's gonna be the end of your demise. Okay. The beginning of your demise. Salakia. Let me get another precept. This is Proverbs 16. This is Proverbs 16:29. It says, "A violent man enticeth his neighbor and leadeth him into the way that is not good." You see? A violent man enticeth his neighbor and leadeth him into the way that is not good. Okay? And how they entice? They have those recruiters waiting for you as soon as you graduate, come sign up, or they come to you, they have the OJT program, not the OJT, the JROTC program, okay? Entice you, tell you about the benefits. You can get a Dodge Charger, a Dodge Challenger, okay? Send your wife money, the chances of going to war are slim. Okay, that's a process of him enticing his neighbor to be in a way that is not good. Because the fact of the matter is, there's no particular way to train for war. Okay, is really like the scriptures say. Matter of fact, it's in this verse. chapter. Let me get it. Okay, there we go. Proverbs 16:9. It says, a man's heart deviseth his way, but the Lord directeth his steps. You see? So there's really no training you can do for war. You know, maybe you can, and really the only training that goes down is for them to brainwash you, okay, to basically run into danger and fight against people that you never had any beef with or quarrel with, okay? Basically, as the world perceives it, as innocent people, okay? Basically just fighting for their country without a cause, you know? Just showing how devilish you are, man. That is absolutely wicked. Read that again, Proverbs 16:29. A violent man enticeth his neighbor and leadeth him into the way that is not good, okay? And the reason you're recruiting these men, because you have wars set up in your mind, okay? And the war that is ensuing right now is World War III, which is going to be the war to end all wars, okay? Every soldier that goes over there is going to die, okay? Because we're speaking about the valley of Yehoshaphat, or the valley of Armageddon, or Hamagadwan, meaning mounting of troops, okay? Let me get another precept. This is the book of Psalms 58:2. Let me start at 1. It says 58:1. Do you indeed speak righteousness, O congregation? Do ye judge uprightly, O ye sons of men? Verse 2. Yea, in heart ye work wickedness. Ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. Okay. You see, in your heart you work wickedness. And Gad and Reuben had to find that out the hard way. Okay. The indigenous people of Central and South America, okay, had to find that out the hard way. You weigh the wickedness of the earth in your hands. Okay. Look, man. The Most High has pinpointed you. Okay, has awakened his prophets. Okay, and now you're getting exposed and you don't like it. You're hurt. Okay, and we're connecting all the dots. And see, the scriptures say that you're wiser than Daniel. So you know these things. You're just proud. The pride of your heart has deceived you. Alluding to Obadiah. Okay, get one more precept and we'll close it out. You know, we're gonna through the Spirit, Lord willing, it keeps the Spirit on brothers to keep attacking this angle while we call you the devil. Okay, because we can go on and on and on and on. You pretty much probably could do a video every day exposing the wickedness of the devil. Okay, because everything that's going on in this land is a product of what you've created. Okay, you've been given the power over the universe, Slakia, not the universe, of the earth. Okay, alluding to Genesis, if I'm not mistaken. If not maybe the 25th chapter, not the 25th chapter, but in Genesis where it speaks of Esau's blessing being the sword and the fatness of the land. Okay, you know, and now your blessing or your gift is going to be your curse. Okay, I started 1. It says, Yahweh is my shepherd; I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me into the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Okay, and that's the path we're in right now. Okay, Most High is waking up his servants and leading us in the paths of righteousness. Okay, he is our shepherd. He's guiding us. Okay, through his son Yahweh Shai. Okay, and that's why we finding out, you know, like the scriptures say, how the evil things of Esau sought up. Okay. How? By the Lord putting the Spirit on his prophets to be the watchmen that we were once required to be, going back to antiquity. Now we're coming back into that lot, okay? Which means bad news for the nation of Edom, okay? And the rest of you heathens. Verse 4 is the point. It says, yeah, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Okay. So, yeah, you pushing that vibration throughout the world, you know, death and destruction, and you're laughing at it, and you basically pushing blood sacrifices, okay? And that's another thing you get out of war, okay? And like I say, the point, another reason why we call you the devil, because a lot of those guys that actually do make it home, they're bugged out of their mind, man. Why? Because the way that this devil has programmed the men in America is pretty much to be wusses, man, okay? To be softies, okay? And then all of a sudden, when you hit 16, 17, 18, or 18, Salakia, you're sent over to fight, for your life, man, okay? And dealing with enemies that pretty much using guerrilla tactics, okay? And that shit bugs men out, man, because they're not ready for that. They weren't raised like that, you know? I'm pretty sure it's different in other countries, maybe Afghanistan and all these other places, you know, where death and destruction is common. But here in America, you walk outside, you hear the birds chirping, you know, and you go from that and Disney World and Disneyland to blood, gore, and guts. That'll bug anyone out, man, okay? But, hey, the comfort is, let me read that again, Psalms 23 and 4. Yeah, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, which America is, which the whole world is the valley of the shadow of death, but specifically America, because that valley being a low-lying place, and America is pretty much the lowest lying place in the world, okay? And if other countries are broken down, it's because of what America has done through the rulership of the so-called so-called white man, Esau, Edom, you know? But the Lord is our comfort. We will fear no evil, for thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me, okay? So, yeah, just wanted to